Good morning, everyone from the USA, and good afternoon to my guests in Africa. Today, I want to welcome to Stories That Inspire Us. And by the way, my name is Janice. I'm your host today. Like I said, I have an amazing guest. Now, we met through Clubhouse, through the Evermindful room, and I heard her speaking. And I was immediately electrified by this young woman's voice. There was something so significant, something so special. And I am so excited to share her story with you today. I want to welcome to the Stories That Inspire podcast, Chichi. Welcome to Stories.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
You're so welcome.
And thank you so much. You're welcome, viewers, wherever you are.
Thank you. You know, Chichi, you are obviously a young woman who has so much heart, and your soul is filled with such inspiring community to help others. So I want to back up a little bit and start with your story first, and then how you got to be where you are today. Can you share with our viewers and listeners your story?
Thank you so much. My name is Chichi Choolwe Musonda, the founder of Celecho Orphanage in Zambia, Africa, Southern Province. I am in my 20s. I'm not 20, I am 26. I'll be 27 soon. And my life is like a story as I'm about to share to you all. I was living with my mommy when I was young. I grew up with my mommy. By the age of 14, I started experiencing challenges when I was 14 years. It was so hard. My mother was working in the government as a teacher. She used to go to work. She separated with my father. She divorced when I was, according to her, 3 months old. My father left her while I was 3 months old. So she left my father and went to her father's place in the village. The father made sure to take her back to school. Then she became educated, started working with me. And so when I was 14, I'll say I had a good life because mom was there. But my sister was always on me. She hated me so much. I didn't know the reason. She used to beat me. She used to abuse me, whereby I was being poisoned by that age of 14. And I was laying lifeless in the living room in my uniform from school because I ate the food. I was so hungry. I came back from school and went to the kitchen, grabbed the food she cooked, and she was angry and the food was poisoned. Then I went, white thing was coming out from my mouth. So my younger sister was also coming from school and she saw me lifeless and she started screaming for help from our neighbor. We were living in a community where our houses are attached with neighbors, and she went to call our neighbor. Our neighbor came in and they said, this is poison. Then they lashed me to the clinic. The clinic, they said, we can't do anything. She should go straight to the hospital. They had to put the oxygen, they had to put the drips and a lot of their machines on me because I was failing to breathe while they were also trying to inject me to remove the poison in me. Wow, thank God I survived. When mom came back from work, she found me at the hospital. Neighbors has already taken me there. And she was like, she couldn't do anything. She was so shocked. She was in pain as a mother. She cried as a mother who carried a daughter, for 9 months, and such thing happened. Wow. Went back home. I have a cut on my ribs. I'm just hiding it with lipstick here.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
If you see here, I have a cut. So again, later on, I went back to school, come back, she hit me with a pot here. My ribs went they were in 2 parts. My ribs were went to the clinic again. They said it's too deep. They can't stitch it. That's the reason it remained like this, because it was not stitched. It was so painful. Later on, I said, I have to run away from home because that was the only way for me to survive. I ran away from my family. I started living in the streets. I became a street kid. Mom tried to look for me. They lodged to the police. They couldn't find me. I went far away, a place that I didn't know. I started living like I had no mother, living like I had no father, living like I had no sisters. I just started living like any other street kid child. I was eating from the dustbin. When people throw food, the leftover, I pick in the bins, I eat. When people throw something, I'll pick and eat. I was sleeping just under the tree. Sometimes in the corridors, I'll sleep in the corridors there. Without anything to warm myself in cold, I could not change clothes for a year. I had nothing to change. I had no other clothes to change. I just had the same clothes that I ran away with. And later on, I started asking for pieceworks in the shops, asking for jobs. I was given a job of fetching water to one salon, and the owner of the salon was Charity, a lady. She had a kind heart. She had a kind heart, and she said, you'll be fetching water, I'll be giving you money. And not, when you fetch water, just a cent. But that cent, I could buy something to eat. And I kept on fetching water for every day. I could go fetch water, I'll eat, and I'll be able to help another friend of mine to eat. Then later on, I said, can I be helping you to plant the line, then you come and stitch the wig on top? She said, yeah, actually, I was looking at June. I said, yeah, but I didn't know I learned through her. Then I started working for her in the salon, fetching water. At times I'll blow people's hair, she'll pay me. Then from there, I was able to rent a 3-room house. I rented a 3-room house, which was a kitchen, a bedroom, and a sitting. Then I brought in another young lady who was also in the street because her father had died and the relatives grabbed everything from them. She had nothing. And the other siblings, they ran mad. The other sister of hers ran mad because of the pressure. And the mother was also depressed. So she was also in the street. I took her in. We started living together in that house. Then I started baking. As I got to work for Charity, I could bake using a brazier and charcoal. I'll mix some scones and put in the pots, bake, go put on the doorpost of our salon. People could buy. I kept on working. Later on, I was able to open my own salon. God was with me. Yes, I was able to open my own salon, and I kept on doing what I know. I employed some girls to help me do the wig, do the other things, the makeups, and I kept on working hard. Whereby then I came on social media because I didn't even have a phone. Now I was 16 years to 17 years. I was able to own a boutique. Now I had a boutique. I was doing well. From a salon, I was able to have a boutique now. God started blessing me. Then I came on social media. When I came on social media, a friend sent a friend request to me, a woman from America. She sent a friend request. And I was scared to approve people anyhow. Then I approved her. Then she just said, I just want to connect with you. I just want to talk to someone. I want to talk to you. I said, are they not scammers? Anyway, then I said, oh, okay, you can call me on Messenger. She called on Messenger. We talked. She said, I just like the way you post about God. I said, all my life it's God. I could not be here if it wasn't for God. And she said, I am just impressed with your posts and I want to be your friend. Then I said, wow, thank you so much for wanting to be my friend. That woman started helping me financially. I didn't know her. She trusted me. She started sending me. First thing she sent that same day, it was a $50. She sent a $50. By that time, a $50, it was 500 kwacha. In Zambia, I could be able to buy meal, cooking oil, and washing soap, and few things, which was okay for me, and I kept on. And the other time she asked me to say, what do you do? Then I told her, say, I have a salon actually, and I have a boutique. This is what I'm doing for my living. Wow, as young as you are living alone. Where are your parents? I said they are somewhere, but I live like I don't have a parent. And I explained my situation to her, and she was like, my God, I will be your mother. She said, I want to be your mother. Oh God. Whew, it was like the love she gave me, it was something else. It was so touching. And then I told her, say, you know what, I want to open the orphanage because of so many young people that are struggling in the street, so many young children that are in the street. And I just want to help them because it's not easy to be there. I have been there. It's not easy. She said, wow, what do you need for you to do that? I said, I need to register, but I don't know because I am not educated. My school ended there. I could not go back to school again. And I don't know. Then she said, you have what it takes just to find out where they do the registration, and you can find more information there. Well and good. Then she helped me with a $200 and I added the other money to register the Celecho Orphanage, which was registered by the glory of God. The woman, when I went to the company called Pakla, I found a woman, she was the manager, and people, they didn't send me to anyone, they sent me straight to the manager. And the manager was like, she looked at me first, you want to register a company? I wasn't in clothes like this. Though I had a business, but I could not take, because I know that if I wear something good, my business will go down. And I need to keep myself. I need to sustain myself. I need to eat. I need to pay rent. So my money for the salon was like, and my boutique was like to pay rent and feed. And I couldn't do any other things. So that's how I explained to the manager at Pakra to say, I want to register a company, and actually not really a company, an organization for orphans. Then she said, do you have a name? Then I said, yes, I have a name. And she said, do you know how much we charge? Then I said, I'm not sure. How much do you charge? And she told me, then I said, I have that money. Then she looked at me like, she moved in her seat, like she did like this. She looked at me like, then again, she moved like this in her table. Then she looked at me and she said, you said you are who? What's your name? She couldn't believe it, to say, I can do that. Then with confidence again, I told her my name. Then again, she was like, what age are you? Then I told her. Then she did like this. She was like, she said, do you know that people in my age, meaning in her age, they can't think what I thought? And she said, I want to help you, that lady. I was like, wow. She said, I will help you. She brought all the documents. She was the one filling in for me. I was just putting the signatures. She was just putting, she was like, okay, can you spell your name? I'll spell my name, because she wanted to know if I'm able to lead. But because of my mother who was a teacher, I was able to lead. Though I couldn't like, wow, nice spellings, but I was able to lead. So she just wanted to know if I understand what I want to do. Then she said to me, can you put your signature here? I did to put my signature. I was able to put my signatures. Then she called the other office for some documents. Then she said, can you make a quotation for her? Because a company cannot, we can't register without a quotation, without there are other documents that they needed. So she was just calling other offices to say, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? She was busy calling like it was her who wanted to do that. That's how I was helped. And she helped me. It was registered, Celecho Orphanage. And the same day, she made sure that I get the certificate. So I was able to get the certificate the same day. And she said, anytime when you need help, just call me. She gave me her number to say, I can help you. I may not have money to help you, but I will help you with whatsoever information that I will be able to help. It was like a dream to me, you know, and she was old. That woman, she was somewhere 50s, 50 something years. She was old. And I was like, wow, God, you're amazing. That I felt like my eyes were tearing. I felt like crying, but it was an office. My heart was like, oh God, can I just cry? But I couldn't. I was like, oh. I couldn't even look into her eyes. I couldn't even say thank you because I was so emotional. To be honest, Jenny, it was so emotion to me. And she gave me the papers. She sent me to the bank. She said, you need to have an account which need to have a tip-in. So I'll say, I will give you a tip-in and go to the bank, to the manager. I will call the manager for you. You just go to the manager and you will not stand in a queue to the bank, because in our banks, there are a lot of queues. You can't just go to the bank at any time. They are queue, you won't come back. They will close without you, entering the bank. So I went there, then I said to the guard who was out to say, I was sent here by the park manager and I need to see the manager for the bank. Then he said, oh, okay, follow me. When I entered the bank, everyone was looking at me like maybe I've committed a crime. People could judge me by the appearance. People could judge me. And wow, I went in there, the manager, and she greeted me like, how are you? Then I responded like, I am fine, and how are you? And by that time, that I didn't know how to speak English the way I know now. So if someone continues speaking English with me, I'll just be quiet. I'll be quiet, but I could hear, but I can't answer back. I can't respond. Then later on, she asked me, what are you here for? I said, I was sent by the manager. Oh, yeah. Are you Chichi? I said, yes. Oh, okay. She sent me a message. Can you let me see the form she gave you? Then I gave her the form. She was like, okay. You need to do this. You need to do this here. I said, I can't do that. She was the one writing all those for me. And then she said, okay, I'll help you. That's how she got a pen. She started filling for me. She started filling everything for me and putting them in the system again. She had to type to put them in the system. Then she said, can you manage to come tomorrow? I said, it's far from where I am staying to here. So I won't have the money to come here again. Then she said, okay, let me finish everything with you. Oh my God. It was like a dream. She finished everything at the same day. She finished everything also at the bank. I was given every document and she gave us a checkbook, which we have never used until this day. They gave me a checkbook to say it's a company, you'll be using a checkbook. It's still closed until that day. We have that account. We have an account for the orphanage. It's called Celecho. Here it is. If you can see it.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes, that is amazing. Now, I want to go back a little bit because
yes,
I'm just blown away. Okay. I want to go back to when you were 14 years old, right before you left your home.
Yeah.
That must have been obviously devastating for you that this was happening, to know that your sibling was poisoning for you, and to have the courage and the endurance to, like, you woke up one morning and decided, this is what I am going to do. Did you feel it in your heart? Like, you woke up that morning, what was the first thing that popped into your mind?
That day when I woke up, I was in tears. My God. That day, it was the hardest day of my life.
It's okay. but you endured, and your faith in God carried you.
I loved my mother so much. I never wanted anything. I never planned to leave my mom. And I just said, how will she feel? Actually, when I was leaving, I was thinking about my mother. Like, who will take care of her? What if this thing happened to her? Meaning I'll have no mom. What will happen to my mom? But I just had to sacrifice. I said, whatsoever, let me go. And when I was leaving to go and die. That was in my mind. It was to go and die, nothing else. All I wanted that moment was a vehicle to hit me and die, because I had no other option. To be honest, I was confused. But what also gave me the confidence, when I arrived to certain places, I found a lot of kids. Then I was able to associate myself with them. And I felt like it was normal.
It's all right. Take a moment. Take a moment. This is whenever we relive a story that cuts to the heart and soul, and looking back at where you were to where you are today, and having to make that type of a decision as a young teenage girl, I can't even fathom. And I am so sorry that you had to endure that emotional trauma. But I want to say, looking back, I think that emotional trauma, and I am no expert, and I will never claim to be, but I feel that emotional trauma is what lifted you up. You rose up in such a way, maybe in a way that you never anticipated. And you're 26 now. When you look back at that, do you give yourself the grace that you so well deserve? Like, do you think back to that and say, yeah, that was that was shitty. What happened to you was terrible.
Yeah, actually, every time when I'm alone, I think of where I came from. And at times, I shed tears, wow, in thanking God, to say, I thank you for, I am not where I was before, and I am not yet where I want to be, but I am grateful. I am no longer feeding from the beans. To be honest, at times, it is so hard to think of my past, because all I see, the thing that I went through in that age, it is so painful, to be honest. I still feel the pain. I feel like not let it go, not to forgive. But again, somehow it tells me that I just have to forgive everyone that wronged me in that moment.
That is beyond beautiful. And I'll tell you why. Having been through a traumatic experience myself, I felt the heart. I felt your soul in that moment in such a way. That's something that we're never going to forget. What you went through, you are never going to forget. But to say forgive, it's maybe not that you forgive the person, meaning your sibling or whatever it may be for you, but it's a way to release, recognize it, acknowledgement, and have the strength and courage to move forward. And you did that in such a way as to honor and respect your journey and your well-being. It's something that will never go away, but it's in our hearts that forgiveness is part of the process. And I really feel on such a spiritual level that your journey, although you are where you are in time right now, and we're meeting on Zoom, I'm in the USA, you're in Africa. That is amazing. Your journey has yet to be told. We're only covering just a small snippet. You worked hard. You mentioned that you had to run away. Of course you did. That was your only answer at that time. And you worked let's be real, you worked your ass off, okay?
I did.
But you learned from all those experiences, and that is the fuel, that is the foundation where you are today, that led you to start the orphanage. So I want to talk about the orphanage. Can you share with us what the name of the orphanage is?
Yes, the name of our orphanage is called Celecho, 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 Celecho Orphanage Limited. It's called Celecho Orphanage Limited.
Okay. And tell me about the meaning of that name, because there's always meanings. I think I know what it is, but I want to hear it directly from you.
Wow. Actually, the name came about through a friend. I used my friend's name, the one who helped me. Her name was Celesto. Her name is Celesto. Celesto. It's like Celesteer. Sorry, it's called Celesto. I don't know how you pronounce it in America. She's an American woman. Yeah, her name is Celesto. Bro, how, like, yeah. It's very difficult to pronounce her surname. Yeah, so I decided to honor her for the help she has done to me. Then I got her first letters of her name, which is CELE. Then I used my name also, which is CHO, Choolwe. I had to put them together to make Celecho. My name Choolwe means lucky. My name Choolwe means lucky. It means lucky. So when I had to remember her, and whenever I'll share my story, people ask me, she will also be mentioned to say she helped me so much to this very day. Actually, she's still alive. She's still around. We communicate every day. She's the one who brought me on Clubhouse. I didn't know Clubhouse, so yeah, and that's how it came about. And we have 100 kids that we are helping now. I am helping. We are helping together because we have never been funded. We have never been given any money. Our government does not help orphans. It does not fund orphans. They just leave them. There is no salary for an orphan. There is no money that I get from the government for doing this. It's just a volunteer. I volunteered myself as a human being to take care. And thank God I found great people on Clubhouse like the Evermindful that helped us even to acquire land. Now we even have the land which we are planning to start building later on so that we can come out of this rented place, which is so small for us.
Wow, 100 children. I'm just blown away. Now, so you're in this rented space.
Yes.
And you have everything set up, like you said, your business is registered. How was the process? Like, how did the children come to you? How did they know about you?
That is a good question. Actually, they knew me when I registered. I kept on helping people in the street before registering it. Whenever I see a street kid, I could buy them lunch, give them something, just like that. Then later on, I discovered that those kids are being abused. Those kids are being into drugs. They're having no education. They're having no clothes, nowhere to sleep. So many things happen. Then now I had to go to the court to find out the procedure after I had registered. Then they told me that they must bring a death certificate of their parents, and there is a lawyer that normally has to do a check, a background check for the kids, a background checkup. They need to check up to find out, to follow if for real there is no one that can assist these kids. Then that's how now we adopt them to the orphanage. We bring them to the orphanage to give them a shelter, clothes, education, and everything that a child could have. And to be honest, I want them to have the best. I want them to have things that I never had. So that's how they came. That's how they come in. When people heard about us, they started now bringing the kids to us. So because at times people, like a mother dies in the hospital, like last year we experienced where a mother giving birth and die, and there were no one by the bedside. So what they did, it was just to call us. The hospital called me to say there is a child here. I think we don't know who can take care of that child. We just thought of you. Then I was like, what happened? They said, no, you have to come so that we can talk to you. Then I had to go to the hospital. They explained, and I said, no, it's a process. You need to go to the court so that the court can permit, because if I just take it, would be like I'm stealing a child. We don't want such kind of things. You know, there are so many things happening. So then they said, okay. So they had to go to the court. Then the court will give them a letter which is stamped by the court, which permits them to give us the child. Wow. Then they'll give us the child, yes. So a child that is adopted by us, they need some letters, they need a certificate, a death certificate of their parents. Now those who doesn't even know the death certificate of their parents, there is a police report that we got. After a police report, there is a report that we get from the court also that permits us to take care, that grants me the right of a mother to them.
So I have a couple more questions about that, because I want to make sure that I'm clear about that. That's quite the process to go through. So you have 100 children.
Mm-hmm.
Are you officially their adopted mom, or it's the orphanage that is basically the conservator of the children?
Yes, it's me who adopted them. The orphanage, it's in my name, so they're under me. I am the founder. Okay. I am the president of the orphanage. Gotcha. I am the overseer, the overlord. So when they come as in my name, because I am Celecho. I am the Celecho, I am the orphanage myself. Mm-hmm. So when they come being adopted, they come to me.
So you're one busy mom.
Actually, I am, but I employed some people to help me to take care of them. There are people that I employed that they change shifts. They are always on shifts, who clean, wash, cook, but at times they cook for themselves. But at times I don't allow them, especially when it's like working days, because they need to go to school Monday to Friday. They can't cook. They'll be tired when they knock off. So I have people who does that, people who wash their clothes. They can't wash. They are too small to do that. And it will be like abuse, because I washed people's clothes to feed myself. I had to do that at a younger age, washing people's clothes to eat. So I don't want them to go through that. I just want to show them the love that I can give them, to just give them the best that I can.
Wow. And you have in so many different ways, through your love of what you do, through the foundation of how you operate your orphanage, that they're in a safe, loving, and caring place. Like, that is just so amazing. What are the ages of the children typically?
Wow, we have 2 years. We have a 2-year-old baby girl. We have 6 years. We have 5. We have until to 15 years. The eldest one is 16.
Wow. That is amazing.
Mm.
Now, how did the children get along? I'm interested. Like,
Yeah, in getting along. Yeah, I know it's at times they do quarrel, like, but I had to bring them together, sit them together, and tell them to say, look, here there is no one that is different. You are all equal. You are all equal. You are all the same. There is no special to me. You are all special. And I want you to know that you are all coming from one family. That is me. Forget about where you were brought up. You just have to love each other as siblings. You have to defend each other. You have to care for each other. You have to do the right thing for each other. So this is what I told them. And when they do silly things, I normally tell them to say, I'll send you back to the street. So they are scared to go back. So they have no choice apart from to behave and do good things and teaching them also the road, how to grow in the Lord. This is what has brought them together. Taking them to church every Sunday. This is what has brought them together, made them to be like one, like they're coming from a one mother and one father.
wow. What would you say, especially with the 16-year-old, as they start to grow and mature and learn and develop as a young human being? What are some of their dreams and aspirations?
Wow, like normally Catherine, she tells me that she wants to be a nurse when she will be done with her. Yes, she wants to be a nurse. That's what she tells me. And I normally tell her, say, if you want to be a nurse, you must forget about boys. You should not look, don't, your eyes should be on education. And I want you to know that life is very difficult without education. And education is the key, because when you're educated, you will have anything you want in this world, because you'll be able to present your qualification and people offer you jobs, people offer you contracts. But when you don't have, then you become a nobody. And it means you'll be here with this group forever. So if you want to be independent, you must focus and concentrate on your goals. Every morning when you wake up, know what you want to become. And you must become that thing. As you are growing, you must know that this world is not easy, and you must fight for your education, as I am fighting to feed you, fighting to clothe you, fighting to buy you books, fighting to give you everything that you want. And you also must give your best to school. That's what I told them. Because when COVID came in, actually, I sold my business for me to pay their school fees. I sold my boutique, I sold my salon, because we were not allowed to go out. We were not allowed to go to the shop. So I decided to say, how will I pay these school fees? How will they eat? So there is one woman, a police officer, that was interested in my business. Then I sold all of it and she gave us the money. Then I was able to pay certain bills, even the rent, and also pay for their school fees. But this year, God is amazing. We are no longer paying their school fees. We changed the government, and the government said it will be free education for them.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And I know that you have mentioned that you're in a rented space and you have land that you currently want to build on. What is a big want for you for that facility, whether it be some type of special kitchen? Like, what is the one thing that you think is so important to have at that facility?
It's a home for them, a home that they will call home, which they'll have a big rooms, big bed space, because here they don't have mattresses. You know, they don't have mattresses. They sleep on the floor. It's cold. Like now we're in cold season. It's very cold. So it pains me to see them on the floor. But they say it's better than being in the street. So the first thing I want is to build a home for them and put furnitures in that place so that they'll have a bed, they'll have a mattress, they will have everything that a normal child should have. So my first need, it is to build that land a home, the orphanage, before we put the other things we want to put, before we put the school, before we put the hospital, before we put the swimming pools, before we put any other things, it's a home for them. That's what I really want to do for that land.
Wow. Something that many of us may take for granted, and awe. I'm getting a little choked up. And all you want for them is just a home where they can lay, have room space, but lay on their own mattress. Wow. When do you foresee the orphanage breaking ground for the home?
To be honest, I am believing God to say before the end of this year, we have to start, or to put it maybe on the rental level. You know, we need to start building it. By next year, we must complete it. Next year, we must finish it, vanishing it, and all the other things that are needed for it.
Wow. And I know you mentioned the government, it was kicking in as far as the registering for the school. Did I understand that correctly?
No, it was for, we are no longer paying school fees to them.
Oh, the school fee. Okay.
Yeah, the school fees, it's school fees that we are not paying. We only pay school fees for those who are in college, for those who are in you know, not these, the younger ones from 1 to 8 to 9. We are not paying their school fees. We are only paying from grade, those who are in boarding schools, those are the ones that we are paying, and those who are in the secondary. Yeah. So that's what I meant by the government not paying, not allowing us to pay school fees.
Wow. Are there any organizations that are out there that have heard about you, that have contacted you, that may want to help you with any type of furniture or anything of that nature that you may need for your new facility?
Mm-hmm. Actually, in our country, I don't know, we don't have that organization that can assist us. Yeah, so what I do normally, I do post everything I do, and good people, those who volunteer, are the ones that are coming to help, just like the Evermindful. They made sure to do a fundraising that made us to buy land, you know, and also there is Auntie Kia. Her name is, yeah, I call her Auntie Kia. She helped us last year to have Christmas with the kids, and we're able to buy a stove and a fridge. She did the fundraising also. So these are the wonderful people that we find. These are the people that we find via social media, Clubhouse, Instagram and Facebook, who volunteer to say, okay, I think I can sign a check for cement. I think I'll help you for this. And these are the people that we want for us to build this Celecho Orphanage. You know, we need volunteers, those who feel like they can assist us in any way. You know, they feel in their own heart to say, I think I have $1,000 in my account, but I have bills, but I can share it with a 500 with you guys. And we will use it to buy cement as now, for we can start little by little, whatsoever penny that comes, it will be going there. it will go in there. As let me show you now, there is someone who was able to donate some few beds few days ago, but they didn't have the mattresses. These are the beds. So now we need mattresses for this. There is one here, down there, and also this side here, up here, and also down here. They are bunker beds. So we also need 6 mattresses as it is now for these beds so that they can start using them. They can start using them.
Wow.
Yeah, and when you want to hear them singing, they'll sing for
I
us.
would love to. I would be honored.
Yeah, you let me know when we'll be closing so that they'll do that, they'll sing, and yeah.
I am so touched by your story, and I want to continue the conversation. We definitely have to have you back on. What is one thing you want for yourself? Like, what is in your heart? Like, if you had to say, oh, I want this, like, what would that thing be?
The only one thing I want for myself is to have a business again, to take care of my kids. I want to have a boutique again. I want my boutique back so that I may be able to help the kids. And I am a person who is disciplined. Number one, if someone gives me money, for example, say this money is for food, I will not take it for clothes for the kids because the person say this. So even when the Evermindful gave me money for the land, I couldn't take for business to say because I needed to show them the papers of the land to say, we have bought the land, this is the amount that the land has, they charged us this amount. So I love to show, it's good to build trust with people. So that's the reason we just bought land with the entire whole money which was raised.
Wow. And what is so beautiful about what you said is the generous, kind hearts from starting out as you did in the world, going out on your own at 14, where you are today, and how you have affected people all over the world. Your generous, kind heart. Like, I am just overwhelmed in such a good way with emotion right now. And I think I shared with you the reason why I wanted to do a Stories That Inspire Us podcast was stories just like this one. And I am so honored and grateful that you have allowed me to share this time with you. I would love to hear the children sing.
Wow, let me just go to them. Hello, guys. Hello. You are waving.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
For our listeners, Chichi is showing us all her amazing children. And oh my gosh, do you guys know where I'm from?
You guys, do you know where she's from? Let me do a back camera. Do you know where she's from? No. They're saying no. I didn't tell them.
I'm from the United States of America, and I am so honored to be here with all of you today. So thank you for allowing me to be with you for a few minutes.
You're welcome.
You are welcome.
So I understand. Oh, what are you guys? Wait, what's going on that TV over there? Are you watching?
They are watching an action movie. Please, can you turn it off a little bit? I had even forgotten to tell them to turn it off. Who's having a remote? Nikki, can you use the remote that you have? Where's the remote? Catherine. We just turn it off here. There it goes. Yes, okay. Yeah, so she's saying she's from the United States of America. Her name is Jenny. She's Auntie Jenny. Can you say Auntie Jenny? Auntie Jenny. Can you wave?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You are all so
Can
beautiful.
you sing for her? Can you stand wherever you are seated? Just stand there where you are seated. Stand where you are seated. Stand where you are seated. Stand. Chris, can you go this side? Can you sing for us? It's too dark here where I am. Can you try to go a little bit, but don't bend yourself, ne? There is a blazer there. Be careful with the blazer. Be careful with the blazer. Be careful with the blazer, ne? Okay. Can you sing for us just two beautiful songs that you know?
Day by day, I will follow Jesus Christ. Day by day, I will follow Jesus Christ. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, I will follow Jesus Christ. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, I will follow Jesus Christ.
Another one?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you. Now I would sing for you. But
I know, so the Bible tells me so. Please do us to him belong. When our fever is so. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. For the Bible tells me so.
Okay, thank you guys.
thank you
wanted
so
to tell
much.
you something.
Thank you so much. I would sing for all of you, but you know, I probably would not.
You're making noise, guys. Just you are making noise. I'm saying you're making noise. Can you keep quiet a little bit? Let's hear what Auntie Jenny wants to tell us, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So I want to thank all of you so much. You're singing, you're being here with your mom today and sharing her story and how she loves all of you. Your shining faces, you are all so beautiful. You have so much to do in this world today. And know that you are loved, you are cared for. And again, I would sing for you, but like I cannot carry a note as well as all of you did. But I love you all. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Say bye-bye, Auntie Jenny.
Bye, Auntie Jenny.
Catherine, can you tell Auntie Jenny what you want to become when you finish your secondary? What do you want to become?
I want to become.
She said Catherine wants to become a nurse. You guys, I'll send you outside. You are making noise. You know what I do? I normally send you outside. Eh? You're making noise. Can you keep quiet? I said, can you want to go outside? You can go and pray outside. You want to pray, then go and pray outside. Catherine, what do you want to become when you are done with your secondary school?
I want to become a nurse.
Catherine wants to become a nurse.
Oh, that is beautiful, Catherine. That is awesome.
Yeah, what do you want to become? Your name, introduce yourself.
My name is Gift Monga. When I grow up, I want to be a pastor.
You want to be a pastor. How old are you?
I'm 12 years.
12 years old, yeah. Sela, what's your name?
I'm Sarah Chan.
You are Sela Chanda.
Yes.
How old are you?
12 years old.
12 years old. What do you want to become when you are done with your secondary school, college?
I want to become A nurse.
You want to be a nurse?
Yes.
Wow.
Esther, my little Esther. Esther, how are you?
Bye.
Can you wave at Auntie Jenny?
Hi, sweetie.
Esther. Hi. What do you want to become when you are done with your school? A nurse? Not a doctor? You'll be a doctor, ne? So they pray too much.
They are beautiful. They are,
Oh my good Lord.
wow. I can't thank you enough for allowing all this to happen today. Again, I am so honored. Stories that inspired us was inspired by my son, and those children aspire me to do more. You inspire me to do more. Chichi, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you will definitely consider coming on again. I would be honored.
Wow, I am so humbled. And to be honest, I am so grateful. It's a rare privilege. And thank you so much for allowing me to share my story. And I want to tell someone there who is going through issues, who is thinking like, how can I make it? You can make it. It's not the end of the world what you're going through. You can rise up. Tell yourself that there is something good in you. Tell yourself that God created you because you have a purpose. There is a special assignment ahead of you. And whatsoever it may be, a financial difficult like some of us, but tell yourself that I can do something. You can still do something with those hands. You can still empower yourself. You know, don't rely on anybody. Rely on your inner strength inside you. What do you have in your house? Use that thing to make money for yourself. I used my two hands to do hair. I used my two hands to bake scones. And you can still do it. Do something. And that thing, it will make you happy. Do something that can make you happy. And you will become the next billionaire that in the world will admire. In the next few years to come, I know I will be a woman that everyone wants to interview and say, how did you build the Celecho Orphanage? How did you do it? You know, because I have a vision, and the vision is the what it's the thing that keeps me to move forward, pushes me to my dreams, push every day I wake up because I have a vision. So have a vision, write something on your vision board and tick when that thing happened and present it before God. You may not have money now, but God who gave you a vision will make sure to provide. There is provision for every vision. There is no vision without provision. Remember that, and you can make it. You can still do it. You can succeed. You can shine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Everyone, I want you to listen to those words that she shared. You can make it. You can rise up, have a vision, and so much more. These are the stories that inspire us to do good, to be good, to share with others. Some stories are of heartache, but some stories are made to inspire others. My name is Janice, the host of Stories That Inspired Us. Today, my heart, my soul is inspired by the lovely Chichi, whom I've just adopted as my adopted sister. Heart and soul. Thank you, Chichi. Thank you, everyone. If you have a story that you know will inspire others, please go to my website and send me a voice message or a message, however you need to get a hold of me. Again, my name is Janice. Thank you so much for being here with Stories That Inspire Us. Today, it was inspired by Chichi. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day.